friends, today I'm going to tell about how to connect PHP with database with PHP. For this, first we need to start our XAMPP server. So XAMPP server. First, we need to start our XAMPP server and start the Apache as well as MySQL server. In MySQL server, go to admin. In admin, we need to create our database and the table and the attributes of the table. So while connecting to our database, it will be so easy for us for doing this. So this is the thing. So first we need to go for new. In new, we need to create our database. In the database, I'll just give something like my name, Joel. I'm just creating it. In that, we need to create a table, so we can create a number of tables and number of columns here. So I already created a table called this is my table, like company. In that, I'm going for users. In that users, I have created three things. One is username, password and email. So these things I'll be using in my NetBeans. So this is how I started my XAMPP server, then I created my database as well as that table to store the value. So first I'll be displaying like a register and a login name. So you can see it here. So this is how background is. I use CSS coding, external CSS coding. You can see this here. So style 1, I'm connected to style 1. Just for background, I have given an image. So this is my PHP coding. So when I click register, you can see when I click on register, it goes to index 3. So index 3 PHP page. So here register, here I am taking like username, I'll take Arya, then email ID, and password I'm giving, and password also I'm giving, and I am submitting. So it's registered successfully. So here I have given two type of things. So I'm just here, I'm doing it. I used open form here, and whenever I click submit, it goes to reg.php, and method I have given post, and style, this is for font, something I have given. I am taking text, email, password and retype password. From here I am directly going to register.php. Here I am taking like username, I am storing it in user, and email, I'm using the post method to get it. So I should use $_post. This is a global variable. Then pass, then I'm just encrypting my pass to be like totally protected. So I'm encrypting my password. So again I'm taking the repassword. Here I'm connecting my database. For here I'll be using my underscore connect is used to connect the SQL my database. This is the server, and this is the password. See, this is the username, and this is, I don't have any password, so I'm doing it. So here I have created a company here. So you can see it. My database name is company, and users I'm taking it. So this is it. I'm taking as database connect, and here I'm writing the query, select username for the user. So now my coding comes here, my logic comes here. So I'm checking both the user's name should not be equal, as well as the password should be matched. If not, I'll be going back to that old page. So here I'm checking it. I'm taking the query and storing it in results, and I'm checking number of rows. For this, for executing my query, I need to give MySQL underscore query, and for selecting number of rows, I need to give rows equal to MySQL underscore num underscore rows. So this will be fetching how many rows are there. So I'm checking it out here. I'm just checking the rows. My underscore equal to row. If row not the username is equal to 0, I'm just going to 1, and I'm going to location index 1. So in index 1 I'm typing the same thing, but here I'm showing user already exists, so username is already exists there. And in here again, this one over. Next, if password matches, I'm just fetching the if password if password equal to matches. Here also I'm checking the rows here. Here also I'm checking for the username, for the user exists or not. Actually, if password, okay, I'll just type off this code here so it will be easy for you. So here I'm just writing the query that I'm inserting into table name what are the values, email, password and email. I'm just giving user, password and email, so these will be stored in my database. So you can see it here. So I have given my username correct and my password correct, so it will be stored in my database. So you can see it here as browse. So I have given Arya and password is Joel and arya@gmail.com, so it is stored directly, and it is shown. If not both are equal, I'm going to index 2. In index 2 I have given password is not matched. So I'll just show you an example here. I'll just run the code again. I'll just go for register. I'll just give name something and email ID. I'll just give something, then I'll be like giving something password are different. You can see it by the characters. So it says password is not matched. So this is how I created it. If password matches, it goes, and same the username also. So I'll just create another one like gmail.com and password is so I'm just submitting it. So here is my username and password comes. So I'll just show you here. If my registration is correct and perfect, it goes directly to index 4 here. So here is my index 4. In index 4 I am just giving the user for this one. I'm just giving user for a login page. This is my login page here. So I'm just showing them as a register successfully, and I'm using form and login PHP. What all the items I'll get just sending to login PHP, and method I'm using get here, and this is style and everything. Here I'm taking username and password, and I'm also giving checkbox and submit and not a number and forget password. So this is an extra form here. So this is how I created. I'll just run this code again. So I'm just giving here one of the user already existed, so I'm just logging in. So here it comes as welcome Joel. So here I just want to change it to, if I give something password login, here says username and password does not match. So it's showing as username and password does not match and not a member it is given. If I click not a member, it goes to my registration page form again. If I keep sign in, it takes the cookies actually. So I'll just give my name, same thing. My name is wrong here, so I'm just giving the both the things. So it is showing here. So it all takes and it sends to form login.php. So this is my login.php. So here I'm taking all the data and I'm sending to login.php. In login.php I'm just putting all these things, as well as if it is, and I'm sending this one to login.php, my log to login.php. So this is my coding here. I'm just taking the username, password and check here. I'm just set the cookies for check. So if my cookie is set actually, then I'm just storing my username. So it is used whenever the user directly logins, it automatically directs to his page. So I'm just setting the cookie here. I'm also taking the username for the cookie, so I'll be using that username in further details. Here I'm taking as username and password. If it is correct, location correct.php, I'm just taking it, else I'm going to location wrong php. So if wrong means it will be like displaying username and password does not match. If it is correct means it goes here, and here I'm using the cookie. So for using the cookie we need to use $_cookie. It's a global variable and the cookie name, and I'm storing it in Joel, and I'm displaying this. So if I want to change my password, forgot password, I'll just go to forgot password. I'll just run this. So if I put forgot password, it goes to a username. Here also I have given the username and email does not match. Starker the rate here, that it won't match actually. Joel. So you can see username and email does not match. So I need to give the perfect this one. So sorry, this is not password actually. So password is changed, and I again need to go for username and password. This is how I created like forgot password, and I created a register form, and I created a login form. And if username already exists, I'm just displaying any other thing. If password does not mean, I'm displaying anything. And the same thing if I go for registration or login also, if password username does not match, I'm displaying anything. This is how I connected my database here. So you can see my database here actually. You can see my database, and it says I stored Arya Jewel star currency. So a password and email is directly stored in my database by using SQL underscore query is used to run my query, and is used to run my query. And for connecting PHP, I use MySQL underscore connect. For selecting database, my underscore. This is my server name, password, and my database name. I'm writing query in $query, and for running query I'm just using query, and this is for fetching number of rows, and this is for fetching the data in that particular row. So this is how I created my database. Thank you.